Okay, hello. We're doing stuff. Cousin's Kitchen, making sodas instead. We're doing a Mountain Dew infusion. Right here we have our ingredients. It's like cup and an eighth around there of pitted half cherries and like dark cherries, and then we have like a fourth of a lemon, the fruit here, the pits here, and the peels here. They all have like a different flavor to them, so I separated them when we're doing it. That way they don't block each other in. So, and a cup of sugar.
And a Mountain Dew.
Yeah, a few Mountain Dews also. And not a cup of sugar, fourth a cup of sugar. And so first off, we're just gonna put the fruit in here, going in this mason jar. We're gonna leave it in there for like a week. And also, once we have it in there, I'm just gonna stir it around so stuff gets evenly distributed. I have a spoon, and to crush the fruit, I just have a bottle. So, put the fruit in here. So it's important that you muddle it after you have the fruit and sugar in there. You don't want to, if you want the fruit juice to meet with the sugar, you just want it to dissolve in there. It's going to be in here for a long time, so
about a week.
like,
so
you don't add sugar to
so we'll show you.
After you
Yeah, so we'll have to finish the video up until like on next video.
Yeah.
Like the next video is going to be in a week or something.
Yeah. This might take longer. Like a week's probably for something that's using like more of an herbal thing to it than like fruits. Like if I use mint leaves or something like that, that would be more of a week-based time. So we have so we have the cherries in there. Add the piths. These are the white parts between the fruit and the peel. So we just cut the peel off of them after we took the fruit out, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I still have a piece of like peel here, so it's better to just have it imperfect and in tiny pieces. That'll be impossible to strain out. Okay, and then you have some zest pieces. And fruit chunks. Alright, so...
Those were lemons.
Yes. Alright, so I'll put the sugar in there.
If you're wondering what the red inside of it is,
yeah,
it's the cherry juices.
butchered cherries.
Yes, because we were measuring the cup of how much cherries there were. There was roughly like a
cup and an eighth.
Yeah, a cup and an eighth. So
and
we didn't crush it, and we didn't push it down, so it's about a cup.
Yeah.
Maybe a third, fourth cup.
And this is just a normal mason jar, so if you seal it right, you probably don't have to put it in the fridge, but I've never really done this. I'm going to stick it in the fridge. It'll stay cold, and I actually want to drink it that time also, it might lose some carbonation, but, I mean, this is pretty much a syrup we have in here right now, so if you wanted to, you always add some carbonated water or soda stream it or anything you really want to do with that.
Yeah, crush it with a empty bottle.
Yeah, we have a bottle here.
You might not want to have the paper on. Probably not big of a deal anyway.
Yeah, we have, like, just little bits of adhesive still because that's hard to get off. But, so, we're just gonna... That's a lot of sugar for fruit, so, we're just gonna...
Crush it.
Pour a little bit of Mountain Dew in here real quick to actually get some liquid going.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to get a spoon. You might want to get the spoon and mix it around, too, after.
Yeah. You don't need all of it in there yet, just a little bit to dissolve the sugar a bit. If you can see the cherries releasing juice here. And also, we washed everything, so make sure you wash everything really well, because otherwise this is just going to ferment and turn into alcohol. And these are store-bought cherries, so I mean, if you're using fresh cherries, you really need to wash them. But I mean, these things won't have any yeast on them at all.
Yeah. At some point in the fall, we're going to make a... this is just a
crabapple one.
Yeah, crabapple soda.
I'm not sure if it's going to be a Mountain Dew yet, but... Ooh, it smells good.
No, so you smell it. No.
So I'm just going to mix it a bit.
I want to add a little bit more.
Mountain Dew and then muddle some more.
So we get like a little bit of water to water some of it down or something?
Yeah.
Well, I guess the cherry juice and everything.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty flat by the time it comes out, so we're going to mix it with some carbonated water. That's why you add the sugar to it, though. That way it becomes stronger, a stronger taste, so you can water it down to carbonated water if you want to be fizzy still. Also, it's not artificial flavors, so some of these cherries are going to be pretty sour. And lemon's also pretty sour naturally. Hopefully you knew that.
I had a quick question.
Huh.
If when it starts to break, the lemons start to like kind of shrivel together, will it leave any spots for air?
They're shriveled together. What do you mean?
What I'm saying is they compact a little bit in here.
Is they compact? Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to fill it all the way to the brim, just close.
So I was just thinking once it ferments a little bit, if it has some air in it from that compact.
No, but that's be yeast, not air.
True.
And I've washed everything really well. I don't think there's any yeast in here yet.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so I flip this over and use a more precise with the bottle end here.
On this end, there's a big peel, a big chunk under it.
It's important you hit the lemon fruit because that'll release the lemon juice into it and give it more of a lemony flavor.
Yeah, you may want to actually squeeze the lemon before you put it in.
I did a little bit, but yeah, not very much. Okay, I'm putting a piece of pith down there. That's good to squeeze. That's the white part of it. It's not probably like the sweetest tasting part of the lemon, to be honest. And then, if you crush the zest, it's where like the oils of the lemon come from, so that's good. It'll give it like most lemon extracts are lemon oil, so that's the strong part of the lemon taste. And when you're baking, you use lemon zest, not like lemon juice or dried lemon juice or whatever. So it's a strong part of it. It'll be stronger than the pith or the fruit itself.
Yeah, add it almost to the brim. Soda.
Okay. And I'll stir it a bit afterwards. That was the plate snapping.
I'd leave it maybe a half inch or something so it can.
Yeah. And I'll stir it a bit too.
With the. What do you want to get? One spoon?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
spoon here. I'll let that settle and I'll see where we're at.
Yeah, just a little bit more. That should be good.
Yep. And that leaves like the bottleneck of it pretty much.
And are you gonna stir it?
Oh, yeah. All the fruit's floating to the top, so it is important you seal this because the bubbles are going to come off of it, and it's kind of like the steam effect pretty much. The bubbles will come off, and so the fruit will lose some of the gas, keeping it down, and go to the bottom, and it kind of rise to the top, and like some of the pith that's already at the bottom, so that'll keep it down, and the cherries, once they kind of lose a little bit of their mass from muddle, or once they absorb more juice afterwards, they'll sink to the bottom a bit more. Like some of them are already kind of submerged in the middle here.
Yep, that looks good. Ish. Looks more like a smoothie right now.
Well, besides the giant pieces of lemon floating around.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like a raspberry weird thing.
Scrape off the bottom and see if there's any sugar just sitting there. I think it's all dissolved. Also, you probably don't have to worry about it, but in case this were to ferment, it's good if you use something with a pH below 4.6 because otherwise, if it's in here for long periods of time, like way more than the week we're going to have it in here, it can grow botulism if it's above 4.6. But I mean, it has to be present, and that just comes on the fruits kind of sometimes. If the fruits are kind of, I don't know how this works, but it has to be on the fruits. I'm not sure how they get it in the first place. It comes from dirt, so I assume you have to be infected or something, but it's just best not to.
Okay.
Try not to touch it because my hands are cherry right now.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. We're going to be touching it later.
Yeah, I'll just wash the outside because it's really sticky now, probably.
The stickiness might actually help the lid close.
No, I mean on the outside of the jar.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying touching the lid.
I just tried sealing it really tight. Okay. So, just put it in the fridge for like a week, or if you sealed it like properly, you probably don't even need to put it in the fridge. Never really preserved anything in a mason jar, so I don't know how that works, but be fine if you keep it in the fridge.
You probably
And
should
I
keep
did
it.
it tight, but that still popped up. It's probably just the bubbles coming up.
Or just the, because there is air in it.
Yeah. So, that's probably just from the carbonation, but I'm not sure what that even really does, to be honest, but
It just tells
just
if
kinda
it just tells if it's
alerts that
opened
yeah,
because there's oxygen in it.
both the bubbles in there. I mean, it's going to lose carbonation. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to escape or not, so it might not lose it. I'm not sure yet. Because when it would ferment if it did, but there's no yeast in here, so it won't. But when that happens, the yeast release the bubbles, so it's bad if it's fermenting and you keep it in a glass jar sealed like this with no air to escape. It's just going to explode. So, but it won't because it's only a week and there's no yeast in here.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's Logan's kitchen.
And yours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cousin's kitchen. Sorry, we had a different thing for a little bit on the Awesome Cow channel. Yep. Okay. See you guys later.
See ya.